Yeah, just a bit of a channel update really, as a test. Back on the mic, I hope that mic's working. Hold on, let me turn the air conditioner down, because that noise is picked up very well on that camera.
And editing me says my chair is really squeaky. Can't hear it much on real life, but apparently that is squeaky as hell.
So as a bit of a channel update, I just get on and do stuff when I feel like it really. I have a Linux machine going up and I've been watching a lot of the Linux content, especially Linus Tech tips, and having a laugh. And I have just recently built this machine. I have been running Linux off and on for 20 or 30 years. Since the 90s, and a lot of times, even when I haven't got two machines up here, even though there's three machines in this room somewhere, I can't find one of them, it's under there somewhere. I have the main games machine here, which is Windows 11 at the moment. I often have a virtual machine running Linux anyway, so I've usually got a copy of it somewhere. Have got this machine up and running. I was unsure what I was going to do with it. I was swapping back and forth. I eventually put an AMD card back in it, even though I took the white NVIDIA card out and took it downstairs to the kids gaming machine. So there goes the colour matching I went to all that much trouble for. Anyway, I did do videos of building that computer over a couple of videos. They were really poor quality, like worse quality than normal for me. So I didn't put them up yet. I may try to clean them up. One was done on the 70D camera, but it wasn't using a mic, and this air conditioner, which is super loud, was making a huge noise in the background. It made it really hard to hear, and it wasn't focusing good either. And the other one, where I did some more mods on it, I did on the camera, and that went fairly well. Alright, it was a bit glitchy, but it went alright. I had trouble with the fans not working, but then it stopped working completely, and I didn't film that. It stopped going, and that was really odd. It wouldn't even boot, wouldn't post, and I had to reseat the CPU, which was odd. I reseated the CPU and it was fine again, but it's now a 2600X. Like I say, I might put those videos up. So what I might do is just do some simple content now and then. I do it when I have time, and a lot of times I just don't have time to do a big video, build videos. I build computers, but I just can't be bothered bringing the camera out most of the time. And I haven't had a lot of room in I have a very small office. I've rearranged it. I tore it out, or I left the desk in the one spot, but I cleaned it all out. I moved all this side out and put another table here, brought this computer up, and it just gives me a little bit more room, although that camera is pretty much against that wall, and you know, the width is, I can't quite touch both walls. It's only about it's not 2.5 meters, it's less than 2.5 meters that way. It's probably about 3 meters that way if you include that little nook there, but there's a cupboard just there, and it takes up the room, so really it's like 2.5 meters square, so it's a very small area, but I just try and keep most of my stuff in here, but that's fine. It keeps me plenty of room. If I want to do a big job, I've got a nice little sitting room outside where I just go out with a nice view, and I go out there and put computers together. A bit hard to build computers in here, although wouldn't be too bad. I've now got this table. These are just temp tables. Like what I've got is got temporary plastic tables in here just to get a feel for the room, and what I'm thinking about doing is putting some shelves in here and put permanent, because I want to get rid of this desk. This is an old desk. It's probably older than I am. It was my dad's desk. It's not a very nice desk, and I guess it's some sentimental value. It's not really, it was just convenient. But I can't get my legs, I can't just sort of swing my legs underneath it. It's a very small area where I can get under, so I think I will get rid of that. Anyway, I might put up those other couple of videos. I might start doing some more videos. I was thinking about just starting another channel or something and just call it like rambles, because I ramble a lot and people bitch about me rambling and I don't care. I don't really look at a lot of comments, sometimes when I get time, but I really just post things for lols. Sometimes if there's a, you know, I've fixed a couple of laptops that, you know, show how you replace a few things, and some people are interested in that, and you can watch that if you want, and if they don't, that's fine. Anyway, I might do, I'm getting back into Linux. It's beauty about it because I'm not really a Linux noob, although I am, because of the way my memory has been affected from the surgeries and that, I forget things so much that it's always new to me. I always have to look up things on Linux or Windows or whatever, and I have been interested in all these people, you know, the swapping between Windows and going to Linux to game, and I might do a video on that because that seemed like a lot of fun. I did use exclusively Linux for a while. I gamed, I did everything on it. And it was probably a lot of more of a struggle. That was probably late 90s, early 2000s, and it was a bit of a struggle back then, but it was okay. And I just don't care. I just use whatever I've got. It doesn't really worry me what I use. Some things are easy in the Linux, like it's a good cheap way to do video editing and things like that, and GIMP's good on there, but then I use photo software on the Windows too, and I use Windows 11, and I can hardly tell the difference between Windows 11 and Windows 10, so I don't know what the problem there is. I know some people hate it. I don't know if it's just change or what, and I think that's the trouble with Linux is there's a lot of change, especially coming from Windows. I think thinking about doing a video that says something like "Don't install Linux." That's a double meaning there, because that's not Linux. I don't call that just Linux because that's Fedora, and as long as you think of it as a distro rather than Linux, because I've got Linux on my phone as well, so it's Android, and you don't think Android and Fedora are the same, so different things. But anyway, and I might put those other build videos up sometime, and because why not, they're done, they're on film. I just might try and clean them up a bit and re-edit them, probably on one of the, I think they've already been edited on Linux. Sometimes I do edit on Windows with, I've tried a few things there. Last thing I was using was HitFilm, I think. I don't use Adobe Premiere Pro. I just really can't see I don't have the value in paying for it, because I just don't use it enough, and I don't do any of this for money or income or anything. I just do things for a bit of fun, and it just doesn't seem worth the justification, especially when I'm just cutting things together, not doing anything fancy. So I do whatever's cheap. I will occasionally use Lightroom over there, because that's a bit cheaper and it's handy. I don't really need it because I used to do fine just with GIMP in the past, but it's an easy, quick way of getting a whole bunch of photos done. So we'll try to put some more stuff up.